Everybody, I'm Gail H. From Archaeology and Gold, and the purpose of this video is pretty exciting. I'm going to be panning the dirt from this paydirt from Gold is Where You Find It. And the Gold is Where You Find It channel had a special auction for this to support Pauly, who is the sweet dog of Careless Whispers who needed surgery and has had surgery now. So to me, I really wanted to be in that auction. I got very excited about this and I won the auction. So now we're going to open this together and see what we got. And I've got an assortment of things around me that I thought that I learned from the only other video I've ever done on panning dirt, which was from Gentleman Prospector and Mama Bird. And Mama Bird would be happy to know that this is what she made me, this holder for the snuffer, and it's right here. So anyway, let's get to it. And I'm going to switch back and forth between cameras and have to do a little reaching in order to get there. And in there. Okay, good. Oh, see the giant blue bowl? Okay, so here we go. Well, first of all, this is a lot. That is a fairly large blue bowl. It is not big enough. I'm going to tip it up so you can see it better. And look at that. Okay, so the first thing that I'm seeing right here is this beautiful, huge, thick, all point crystal. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous clear crystal. And there's another large thing in here. Oh my goodness. What's this? That is a garnet. I mean, check the size out of this thing. That is a beautiful garnet, giant, almost whole piece of a garnet. So thank you so much. I love those. I have a special bowl over here for rocks. And it's super orange. Now, those are huge and they just jumped out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this through a classifier and then we will see what we've got. We'll do this one step at a time. Right. I really want to do this. I do have another blue ball. Oh, it's in here. Never mind. Okay, so we'll change of plans there because of the size of this. I can't even pour it, so I'm going to scoop it. For those of you, oh look, you can still see the tag. Yeah. Okay, this is a 20. So it's kind of fun. Anyway, here we go. This is my kitchen that we're hanging out in, and almost all the time, just because of the time that things are being live streamed or premieres, there's always something I'm probably cooking in here. So I run around in here a lot. It's the only place that I have with adjustable lighting. Lots of different sizes in here. Probably started with a pouring. do that. But I'm gonna keep going to where we are right now. It's just so much volume. It's crazy. See some really cool rocks here. Black dirt. Oh, good. I was hoping there would be a lot of black dirt because I'm so good at panning it. You detect any sarcasm in my voice. As you will see, I'm not a speed demon. But anyway, all right. So what I have right here is the -20. And I might take that down. I will be taking that down a little bit more, but first I want to get through these rocks and separate them. So I am going to switch cameras. And I'm going to be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have this classifier right here and a larger pan. And because I thought I had thought this through and set things up, and I did think it through, but I didn't look at the material before I did that. So it was all hypothetical things. So let me see, let me get some of the, this might not be even big. Oh, good. Will do. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So what I'm doing here is I just thought it would be fun to hit it with a black light, UV and C. And so this, I don't know what it is, but it's fluorescent and it's very pretty. So we'll come back and look at that. And I'm going to turn the light back on and see that, well, I see some pyrite. The usual quartz. There's some white quartz. There's more pyrite. What's this? So I'll look through these later and come back to it. Because I can get lost in this. And that's not planned. Okay, so underneath this is the, what is this? Is this 30? No. I think it's a 16th of an inch or 1/8 of an inch. That's what it is. Okay, so now I'm going to transfer this again. Hey guys, I think I was just talking to myself. I forgot to restart the video. But anyway, here's where we are. I put about 2 little tablespoons of the material in here. And I've gotten it down to where basically what we're looking at is a wonderful, oh my gosh, sand, of course, move back up there. Well, I just am dying to show you this. Look at that. Can you see all that? I don't know if you can see it, but the whole rest of the pan still has some in it. So I'm gonna just snuffer all of this up and let's do another pan, okay? That water. That's a lot of gold. I've got sloshed it everywhere, but it's in the pan. I just I really do think that I was talking to myself for a long time. And hopefully you heard what I had to say about the gold community and what a wonderful group of people I've had the privilege to meet virtually and learn from. Ooh, a bit more reception here. Let me try this other. This is the one that I'm most used to. So what I'm gonna do a snuffer dump. I'm gonna do 2. Okay. No gold was injured or lost in that slosh. My floor is like a dark wood, so and I've got a light shining right on it, so I will make sure, as I always do wherever I work. Okay, I snuffered up quite a bit, and then I kind of panned it back down, and I want to show you that there's that much left, and there's still a couple of more pieces around there. So this is the second snuffer, and that one is this one's looking right up way better. So maybe it's just the one I'm used to. Let's see if there's more. This could take a long time. In a good way. Well, I'm going to save all my black sand anyway, but there's still more. Another line. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go through it again, but okay, that, where are you? That was the first 2 teaspoons. So I'm gonna go a little faster. Okay, there we go. Last time I used this blue pan that I had, and I just didn't like it. Long story short, and this one is my favorite, and I just feel like it's the right fit for me. One day I'll have the courage to do this live. I will let you know in advance if that's going to happen. Uh, it's going to take me a little bit more practice. I got to watch some live streaming from a lot of people in the gold community that were up at Goose Canyon in Maine, and they were streaming up there. They were having a good old time, I can tell you. And they mentioned that they ate very well, and they certainly had a good time and got a lot of gold. And there were actually about 4 different cameras going at the same time. And so, you know, I really enjoyed watching somebody panning over here and somebody else doing a giveaway over there. And there was a lot of beautiful jewelry and gems and gold nuggets. And oh my goodness, it was just fun to watch. Looking at so much black material. I know I'm going to run it again, but it's I'm getting used to it, I think, consistency of it, and it's moving very nicely. It's not sticky or I hope I didn't just jinx myself by saying that. Close the door so we can't listen to the football game. And if it was just a football game, I wouldn't mind it. But the commercials, ugh, who wants that? have some material that I collected from the Chestatee River. And it's in the garage in buckets. And may or may not be the very next thing I do after this. I'm pretty excited. I am getting a couple of other pay dirt things are on their way. And I'm really excited that Megadirt 555 said, hey, I'm sending you pay dirt. And that was so awesome. And I can't wait for it to get here. But I keep telling everybody how slow the mail in Georgia is. And you can look it up, but it's probably the worst in the country, especially in this area of Georgia where one of the major operations centers was closed down because it was going to be replaced with a more modern one, but that didn't happen. So they're just sort of operating out of, I don't even know what, but there's lines of trucks and carrying letters and packages and things like that and so it's not pretty. But I did get the package from Gentleman Prospector, and oh my gosh, I won in a giveaway in All Things Countries channel. I won the over 1 gram Australian gold nugget, and it's on the way, and I just cannot wait to get that. And I'm going to do a mail call for each one of those, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. I can't wait. It's amazing. And then, I found out that Troubled One was doing, had some pay dirt, and so I went and I ordered some. So that's, I think, on its way to me. So I feel like I'm gonna get in the groove of this, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm not seeing any gold. Oh, yeah, I'm not seeing any gold in this. Oh wait, no, I'm seeing a ton of gold. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness. It's even more than last time. That is, can you see that? Oh, no, you can't. Look at that. All of that. And in here, and there's some down here. So, oh, okay. So I'm gonna go with the speed pan for me route, and I'm just cleaning this up. And the snuffer, I have the biggest snuffer. Oh my God, I don't have a separate program just for that. And then a weigh in. Oh my goodness, I'm just taking all of this. Okay, I've done bunches and bunches. Have been already snuffered up. And so just to see what's left. And I can't zoom with that, but all that. I keep buying stuff and thinking, oh, I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna make one of those. Or I'm gonna just go to one of the mines and buy stuff. But as I'm doing the tapping on that, how I learned about that really from Aaron watching his show, and he called it his extreme shaker table, which he'll explain. He explains on his programs, but um, there's a gadget called like a Miller table that is a really cool thing that people use to process their um, concentrates, and it's pretty magical. And so I keep thinking, oh, I want one. And then there are very creative people and engineers and people who are just good at stuff, make a lot of their own. And so, there's instructions of how to make your own Miller table. And um, and I love when they talk about it. They go, oh yeah, and I made it, and you have a program on it, and it's easy. And then, or like there's another channel, All Things Country channel, where there's a really cool magnet that he made. And so I thought, oh, I'm gonna make that. And I watched that. And I mean, I could make something similar to it, but I just don't have tools and power tools and things like that to make things. And so, but the attraction to it is because you spend a lot of time like this, and like I'm just sort of talking to myself here. And but as you're processing things and going through and looking at it, you really can't help but think of, is there another way? Is there a faster way? And um, I watched so many videos from so many different channels, and everybody's got their own technique and special experience, and they also are working really different kinds of material. They vary so widely depending on the location and the geology of where is the gold even coming from, and what is the pay dirt like. And is it placer gold that's in the rivers that's kind of been, released into the water, or is it still in the ground? And but anyway, I really enjoy listening to all of those and watching and learning from them. I've learned so much. And they're very encouraging. So if you have never done this before and you would like to pan gold, and you may live right by a stream or somewhere that's gold bearing land. But one thing you can do is you can look at the different channels, and many of them, sell pay dirt. And that's how you learn to, first of all, you get gold. And second of all, you learn, how to work with the material. And there's some people I've heard a term I like that they're called mailbox miners, because they buy the dirt and they enjoy doing that. And I think that that's my favorite. I do like being outdoors. I have been on archaeological days. I enjoy being outside. I don't enjoy carrying heavy stuff. That's not one of my skills. And I don't mind getting dirty. I just pay dirt is much easier way. a wonderful hobby it is, too. Archaeology doesn't have something like Paydirt, you know? Can you imagine people going and like shoveling to bring, you know, oh, artifacts and like, ugh. There are definitely illegal dealers and people who go after artifacts, and I don't like that at all. Oh, Lord, I wish you could see this. This, you can see. Maybe it's better in this light, at this angle. Yeah, that's just all gold. It's just, they're little tiny pieces, and then they even extend beyond that. So this is incredible. Pay dirt gold is where you find it. Thank you so much for putting this together and putting that auction together for such a good cause and making this even available. It's just crazy. And I know how hard he works to get that gold and materials. I mean, it is not an easy thing. And he makes it look easy, and that's actually misleading, because he's able to do it, and he streams it live, and he's talking and answering in the chat and setting up cameras and doing stuff, and it's like, oh, that looks, you know, maybe I could do that. I know you can't. It's harder than it looks. This is amazing stuff. I honestly don't know. I don't think I can finish all this in one night. I really don't. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna try. Right. Well, one thing that I'm so surprised to see how much gold is in here, right? Um, but I should know, because part of the auction was that it's a 1 gram bag of pay dirt. And so a gram is a lot, right? And it just seems like, you know, I've gone through so much material for so much less. This is amazing. Same with the Gentleman Prospector bag. That was just awesome. So for a lot of people, they use different methods for recording, and I don't know those. What I'm doing is I'm using Zoom because that's what I know how to do. And I have two cameras set up, but I'm not editing the stuff. I'm not. I don't even know if I would even have the ability to do live stream. I guess I do, but in order to do something like this, I really want to set it up where I'm working with the familiar. I guess I could branch out. I will. This is literally the second Paydirt I've ever done. So by the time I finish this, I will know twice as much as I knew before I started. Heavy as that black dirt is, the bulb is just trustworthy. And it's right where it's supposed to be. It's 19.3 times higher density than water. Hence, gravity trap. Gravity is your friend with gold. Always know the gold is going to be at the bottom, basically of the lowest place. The smaller pieces can be carried and jumbled around by rocks and things like that, and that's why there's still gold in their hills everywhere, really, but certainly in Georgia. I don't think there's any gold in Missouri. Someone told me that. Even though that's where the Paydirt came from Gentleman Prospector, but I don't think there was ever a gold rush in Missouri. I don't know what people were thinking. So I'm getting down closer to the end of this pan. Okay, here comes the shiny stuff. You can see that better. black dirt inside. There's this side. So much. Wasn't that descriptive? That's a technical term. It's like so much. As if there's like a lot of gold in here. All right, science. I like geology. I love archaeology. I did take archaeology classes in college, but that's not what my degrees are in. And I'm very, I guess, kind of almost hardwired for the educational field. And my family was a lot of educators in my family. And so everybody just assumed everybody would teach, right? And I ended up, they were right, And like I taught at the university. First, I thought I was going to go into education, and I just thought it would be easier with younger kids or something. And I don't, that was so stupid. But I didn't know that, you never know until you're facing things yourself. And I remember it was like my last semester, theoretically, for my undergraduate degree, my bachelor's. And I was about to graduate in education. And I went and I did like your teaching experience. And I went to I'm not going to say the name of the school, but it was a second grade class. And I've never seen anything like it. Kids were throwing chairs. There was no teaching going on. And we never went back. Like, well, no. I don't like to read, I like to write. So I was an English major and undergraduate. And it really, really actually helped me a lot. My very first job was as an educational writer, like writing training programs in a corporate location environment, actually a major corporation. And I fell in love with that. Just loved the idea of being able to, first, I was very selfish about it because when you're writing a training program, generally, you don't know anything about the topic. If you're just like a professional educational writer. And that's what I loved. I had to learn everything. Whatever I was writing about, I just had to know what it was. So I just felt like it was really cool I'll be able to do that. And so my whole career really kind of started there in the training field and then expanded and through other HR areas. And I know some people that are colleagues of mine from days passed from before I retired, they would be quite surprised to see what I'm doing here right now. Most of them didn't even know that I've been on archaeological digs. But that was okay. I loved educational writing so much, and I just went forward with it and got my master's, and I really loved it. And that really opened a lot of doors for me. And so I spent most of my career like that. And then I'm on LinkedIn still. So maybe someday I'll put a link to that. But I really enjoyed working. I enjoyed what I learned, the people that I worked with, and you know, I would dream about doing stuff like this, right? But it wasn't my time to do that yet. And now it is. When I was working at my last job, it was at a university. I was there for about 10 years. And just because I loved the topic of education and human resources and things, I thought, oh, you know, maybe I'll take a couple of courses in it because you have a benefit as an employee, you know, like basically. Um, and so that is kind of why on my channel, there's one random video of me walking on and graduating because I just got my doctorate while I was there. But I never got to walk because of COVID. And my colleagues were kind enough to let me participate in the ceremony with your gear on and stuff like that before I retired. That was a big deal for me. So fun. Okay, guys. It's more of the same. It's beautiful. It's getting snuffered up. See, if there was music on, I wouldn't just be rambling. And that's what I'm going to blame. This is after doing snuffering up twice. Wait, let me do any better. There's still all that left. Crazy to just, I'm just going to do the rest of it. Because I know I'm going to do it again, right? because I'm missing things. But hopefully I'm taking up enough that I'm only missing just the tiniest stuff, which I also really like. If I could just look at it through a microscope, I would literally be keeping to do that. And I did buy one. I do have one, so I have no idea how I would set that up right here. So I'm going to spare you. Okay, I'm pouring it all in. Do the big stuff yet. There can't possibly be anything in there, but I will not forget that. Okay, this should be like epic, right? And body double, like they could like shake us a little bit. My arms get really tired. Oh, I have a lot of material in here. All the rest of the material is in here right now. First round. So probably about the same amount of time. That is cool to me about the gold community is it's global, right? And gold really is basically almost everywhere. And it's really interesting. There, on any given day, we have somebody's live stream or something. There's people from the United Kingdom. There's Scotland for sure. There's a guy I call Scotland. A lot of people call him. And so he is Scotland gold to me. But I know there's others that I haven't met yet. Australia is very much part of the community. That is so neat. Talk about time zones. I mean, there's a lot of time zones going on sometimes in these live streams. From Europe all the way to the day before in Australia and everything in between. So, I'm in Georgia here and places, all of the states. So we have people that have channels from Washington State, from Oregon, from the Northeast, from Pennsylvania, Ohio, a lot from Ohio, Alabama, Arkansas, Missouri. I know I'm forgetting some, but you get the drift. And Philippines, I remember seeing. A lot of times there's live streams and there's somebody hanging in a river like Aaron, which is how I discovered him. That it just sort of comes up on people's streams as they're on their phone and looking at YouTube. It just pops up. So it's common for people to join these live streams and they can tell they're new. Like, what are you doing? And are you fishing? What? And then they find out that there's hunting for gold, and then they really get interested, and that is so cool. And so multiple generations. There's lots of kids and teens and young adults, old people, retired like me. It's just most people have been interested in it for a long time, and or they just discovered that they've been interested in it for their whole life and they just didn't know it. Canada, don't let me leave Canada. Canada, very much gold bearing and great people. Believe it or not, this is fast for me. The nice part about the black dirt is it just doesn't have all this variety to it, and that's a good thing. Because if there was anything that would catch my attention, it would stop me and I would be looking at it. There's rocks in there. I can't not look at them, right? And so this is a little more relaxing than I thought it would be. I've had black dirt anxiety because in other scenarios, it hasn't been all that easy to pan. This is helping me get over my black dirt anxiety. I would look at, like, oh God, a lot of that black dirt. I don't think I could do that. And so here I'm doing it. So thank you, Erin. on the program on this channel, Gold is Where You Find It. He's a really good teacher, an explainer. And a lot of times, certainly when people are dialing in on the channel, they have questions, and if he sees them in the chat, he responds to them. But also people just kind of walk up to him, because they're in a park or something like that. And what are you doing? And he's so patient and shows and explains and, invites people to come do it and learn how to, do it and enjoy it. It's a great hobby. So shout out again to Aaron and Gold is Where You Find It. Great channel. I'm getting a little nervous right now because this is like 4 times the amount of concentrates that I've been working with, because I poured them all in. And so I'm imagining that I'm seeing gold already in a lot of volume, and I'm not wrong. I'm just saying, I'm imagining it, but it's there. And so that's making me a little nervous, but I don't know why. I'll just keep going, right? Keep going. Keep telling yourself, I'm going to run this again. So don't freak out. Okay. Thanks for the reminder. Shiny, shiny stuff is in the house, in the pan. Oh my goodness. Let's just stop when you first see gold, but I'm just taking a risk. Okay, let's see what we can find here. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is like a hallucination in a good way. Okay, all right, so uh, everything you see is gold with some black dirt hiding some of it. And this is a lot. So I am gonna need to get more of the black dirt out of there. Because I have a snuffer, about a third full of black dirt. If I stop now. And see some that I'm not gonna let go over the edge up here. A couple of little specks floating away. Something to look forward to. See if I can get better light for you. Okay, it's all going in. Beyond. guess I'm really tired because in my head I'm like screaming. It was a long week, a long day, but definitely this is something that I've been wanting to do. Heck, it's not even 11 p.m. yet. Huh. I'm kind of a night owl, but I am going to declare victory in a minute. And I know that I'm going to go through this again, so I keep repeating that. And I'm going to just kind of check back in. Hi, remember me? In my hands the whole time. Okay, so in here are some of the black dirt that I didn't snuffer up. And I'm glad I have the backup pan, and still it kind of went overflow from that. Maybe I can show. I'm afraid I'll drop the camera. But you know what? I I want to go through these rocks, bigger ones, the plus 30. And I just want to see what's in there. I see some organic material. I'm gonna try to do all of it at once because they're kind of big. Yeah, I'm not gonna put them in the same thing. Okay. I'll do a swap out of this. And this. I've left it in here. And it's gonna be here. I don't want to mix back in those larger material with this fine stuff that I've already been through once, right? I learned that once the hard way. Right. So this, I'm coming back to you. Okay, let me get another one under here. Before and this material container thing. Just at an angle so you can see it. Guess I better put the camera back on. No, let's just turn it off. There, that should do it. Yep. Okay. there's quartz. There's a lot of little garnets. And there's mica everywhere. It's all shiny and gold, and it floats away. I saw someone who saved the larger material of the rocks, the quartz especially, and a piece of the granite or something. And cooked them, right, to get all the moisture out, to do it outside, and wear safety goggles, and then put them in a coffee grinder and then panned that and got more gold out. That was crazy. But one of the things that is so critical about that is that things just need to all be the same size, you know, for the panning to work. I just find that so what I've done with a lot of pay dirt that I've purchased from mines over the years, I've saved it all. And I've been classifying it and classifying it and classifying it to probably 4 different levels. And so I'm going to run those in a little cleanup putty sluice pretty soon. But my intent was to have it be all prepared and classified by size, and even to grind up some of the larger rocks, right? And so I've done the first part of that. I've done all of the classification of all of those. And it's a lot. And I have gallons and gallons, jugs of those. But I bet I can run it through the sluice in the cleanup buddy in like an hour. So operation. I haven't seen any gold the size of this in the Yahoola. So this is just running through it to make sure that something didn't fall in. Again, I'll rerun these in the daylight. Alrighty then. Successfully went through that. I'm gonna go through all of the rocks and all the different sizes in the sunlight. But for right now, I'm just moving out of the way because somebody said, God, I wish you would do a smother dump. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right. Um, okay, which one do I want to use? I think I want to use this. No, I don't. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to use the black one. I saw one time someone mentioned, it's a really important fact that I hadn't even thought about. And that with the green pan or the blue pan, some people are colorblind to certain colors and really do better when it's black. So here we go. Snuffer dump. You ready? Okay. This thing is so full of stuff. Good job. I'm sorry, I was just thinking that. Well, black dirt on the black pan. Black dirt stone. I know I need to pan that down more and clean it up more. But just take a look. I don't know if you can see it. Well, this has got that ridge. It's all under there. I'm gonna put it back on the green pan. Let's see it. So I can see it. Oh, I forgot I had two snuffers. Remember? I just forgot. Holy cow. Yeah, I forgot. Crazy. It is crazy. So I'm going to show this to you, and And then I'm gonna go away and clean it up. And I will do a short. Maybe not a short, maybe a short. Because of the final, I want to show you the final cleanup and the way. And I will be getting ready for that. I'm not going to do that tonight. Okay, guys, let's see. Let's see. What's your guess? That's just crazy. And this is only the first time through, right? And, you know, I'm kind of clumsy. But what you can't see, but I can, is just how much there is in that dirt. Oh my goodness. Okay. So thank you again. To Aaron at Gold is Where You Find It for putting together this awesome bag and putting the auction together. So we would combine a good cause with a great time of panning. Really amazing stuff. So thank you. Everybody make sure, you know, gold is where you find it. I guess it's mirror imaged or something because everything is backwards. Anyway, I hope it comes out right. So thank you. I will weigh it up, clean it up, and get back to you. So thanks for spending hours with me on this. I really appreciate it. Bye all.